on March 7th. Save now at supersavingsocial.com.
Positive hits that put a spring in your step. From the Sky Zone studio, this is WHME South Bend, WHPZ Bremen, and WHPD Dowagiac. Positive hits. Pulse FM.
Welcome to the Muffet McGraw Show on Positive Hits Pulse FM and Watch MD. Tonight, we'll visit with the Hall of Fame Notre Dame women's basketball coach, Muffet McGraw. We'll hear the latest from the team and meet some players. The Muffet McGraw Show is brought to us by TireRack.com, South Bend Orthopedics, Bowling Vision Center, Coca-Cola, West Bend Insurance, St. Joseph Health Systems, UPS, and O'Rourke's Public House. And now from O'Rourke's Public House in Eddy Street Commons, it's Hall of Fame coach Muffet McGraw with Hall of Fame broadcaster Bob Nagel.
And we welcome you to O'Rourke's Public House for the show number 5, the Muffet McGraw Show for the 2019-2020 season. And we're grateful to all the fans who are here tonight. Also want to thank the great staff here at O'Rourke's Public House and the wonderful team from Fighting Irish Media that's in the house tonight. I think everybody who has anything to do with Fighting Irish Media is here tonight and enjoying the great food and refreshments here as well. We have a terrific show for you tonight featuring our head coach Muffet McGraw. We're happy to welcome Kayla McBride to the show tonight. That'll be a lot of fun to talk with K-Mac. Coach McGraw was going to announce that K-Mac is eligible for the next 2 games, but we checked. She's all out of eligibility, and what a great job she did for us. We're also going to spend time with a couple of our seniors. Caitlin Cole and Destiny Walker will join us. And by the way, Destiny is from Orlando, Florida, so anybody wants to go visit her for a month and a half before the spring gets here in South Bend, don't do that. We're also going to have our edition of Sam's Saloon, or Sam's Session, if you will. Sam Burnell will spend time with Destiny and Caitlin. And Coach McGraw, here we are, our final show for the season. It's been a tough campaign, and yet one filled with really a lot of special moments with this team.
Well, it has been. I thought we were going to be celebrating the fact that we had more radio shows than conference wins, but we've managed to pull one out yesterday, and so 6-5 wins over radio shows. Very excited about that.
Very exciting win yesterday over a really good team.
A really
Syracuse.
good team. Yeah, that was amazing. I think the first quarter was so much fun, wasn't it? And the fourth quarter was not as much fun, but it did come out correctly in the end.
It really did. You know, it's about time somebody missed a shot.
It was about time we got a break, wasn't it? Yeah.
Exactly. And it was a special day yesterday. I know everybody was making comments tonight about the wonderful effort. Charlotte Lewis deserves a great hand for all the work she did putting together the Pink Zone game. And I'll tell you what, our coaches and players are in the locker room, but Coach knows about a lot of things that happened yesterday, and so many special moments with all the survivors out on the floor as always. That's just a special day.
It is. It's an emotional time. I think everybody knows somebody that's afflicted with the disease, and it's great to be able to participate and do some things. It was great for our football team to be out there escorting so many of the women out to the court, and just a real emotional day.
I thought the special tribute to Tiana Mungahia was just really special. The girl from Syracuse who battled breast cancer, she got cleared today to go back to playing, which is really a special thing, and she's really worked hard and a very inspirational player. But everybody was noting how classy that was for Notre Dame, but it really was an outpouring for the support of breast cancer research and awareness.
Yeah, you know, you don't expect somebody so young to be going through something like that, and to have her go through that, and she's already come out and said she will be back next year to play for Syracuse, and then has a great future in the WNBA. Yeah,
she's a special young lady. I tell you what, she's going to really be good for that program. But we're glad to see that she's getting better. And Coach, it's been 4 weeks since our last show, so there's lots to talk about.
Since our last confession, I thought you were going to say, and I have nothing to confess.
Well done. Anyway, we'll get to that in our next segment, and what that'll follow our trivia question, which we're going to pass along as question number 2. You can write your answers on your score sheet, and we'll have the winner in our last segment. And right now, we have our second question of the night. So everybody get ready for this one. I said they would get tougher as we go along. This one has to do with Sam Burnell. Sam Brunel, by the way, had a great day yesterday with 3-point shots. Now, Sam went into the second position all-time for a freshman at Notre Dame, making three-pointers, passing guess who? Beth Cunningham.
Oh.
And so she
I hope that wasn't the answer, Bob.
No, that's not the answer. The question is, who is the number one all-time freshman three-point shooter at Notre Dame? Who is the number one freshman to make three-pointers at Notre Dame? Write that one down. That's question number 2. And we're going to take a break, our first break of the night. We'll be back with Coach McGraw in just a moment. You're listening to the Muffet McGraw radio show right here from O'Rourke's Public House at Eddy Street Commons.
Hi, Irish fans. Jack Dolan here for UPS. Your customers want more from your business. You've got to make more happen. Whether they're in Indiana or on the other side of the world, globally or locally, UPS is building solutions to help businesses give their customers exactly what they want. More. Made easy. UPS, official partner of Notre Dame Athletics.
Is life throwing you hard knocks?
Okay, it's time to go to work.
You may be injured or just worn down. Whether it's Notre Dame basketball, work, or just everyday life, South Bend Orthopedics believes everyone should be treated as if they are on the same team. Schedule an appointment with South Bend Orthopedics today. Call 574-247-9441. Let us get you back in the game.
Okay, it's time to go to work.
Best tailgate? It's gotta be burgers. And an ice cold Coke.
Real football y pollo asado.
Hoops and wings. Dude, subs.
Nah, hot dog.
No, Dodger dog.
I'll drink to that. Pass me a Coke. It's gotta be crawfish. Mac and cheese.
No. 7-layer dip.
Ribs.
No contest.
Hummus.
What?
You need a hot grill. And ice cold Coke.
Of course.
Football and Coke. Come on.
It's got to be Coke.
Game day? Race day.
Calls for Coke.
You know it.
It's tailgating 101.
At first, it was just an annoyance, but then it started affecting my daily life. My hernia was stopping me from doing what I enjoy. That's when I learned about robotic surgery at St. Joe. With a simple outpatient procedure, I was back to normal in days, not weeks. Thanks to St. Joe, I've turned time sitting out into time cherishing the people I love. Get back to the things you enjoy. Schedule your hernia assessment today. Call 1-833-300-WELL.
Live from O'Rourke's Public House in Eddy Street Commons, it's the Muffet McGraw Show on Pulse FM.
And welcome back to O'Rourke's Public House here in the Eddy Street Commons. Our show brought to you by TheTireRack.com. Our great support comes from that organization. We appreciate it very much. And we're talking with Coach Muffet McGraw. And, Coach, last time we got together was January 24th. And we were talking about a tough stretch coming up for the Irish, and it certainly was. Played, I think, 4 ranked teams out of the next 8 games and put together a 3-game winning streak during that stretch. So there were some good moments.
Yeah, for us this year, 3 games in a row, that was really something that we really needed to do. But to look at the road wins, that's what we're doing really well right now. I think we're able to play pretty well on the road. We want to bring that home for our fans. Happy to get that last win, but tough game at Boston College, and then, of course, at Louisville. They're just a tremendous team, one of the teams that's in contention for a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. Yeah,
no question about it, and the conference is so tough every year that whoever wins our conference should be a number 1 seed, and Louisville is a very talented team. I thought that there was even moments in those games with Louisville where we had moments where we played pretty well. This team has developed a lot of character, and they've had some challenges to help with that process. Well, they've seen a lot of adversity, and that's something that you want to teach a young team, how to handle that adversity, how to have the resilience, how to have the perseverance. You know, we have a lot to learn, and we don't have people they can look up to and say, you know, like Enrique and Marina and Jess and Brey and Kat, like they're not here anymore. So we have to find that person that can calm us down, to be poised in tough situations, to know who we're going to give the ball to at the end of the game. And I think you saw in that Syracuse game, Caitlin Gilbert stepped up in a big way. But Michaela Vaughn just had a tremendous game. How about Michaela Vaughn's performance yesterday? Was just terrific, 21 points. Career high, and was in there battling. I don't know if you noticed, but they had a couple of pretty good-sized ladies underneath the basket, and and she really held her own, and that was a tough assignment.
Yeah, for us to out-rebound a team like that was phenomenal, and that's one of the few games we've out-rebounded. If you look at our stats, probably in our wins, we're very close to either out-rebounding or being right there, and that's been kind of our Achilles heel, especially with Anea gone. She was somebody that was our leading rebounder, 8 rebounds a game. To lose her and not have anybody pick up the slack, that's really been hurting us.
I love when Marta Sniezek finishes the game with 6 rebounds yesterday.
Yep.
And Marta, what she does is she waits for everybody to block out, and then when the ball hits the floor, she grabs it and gets credit for the rebound. But very smart, heady player.
She's going to battle. Yeah, she's going to battle on the board. She's going to take charges. I thought she had a charge in the last game in a key situation that didn't go our way, but I thought she was in great position.
Well, the player, they didn't extend. Well, she extended her. Anyway, it was a bad call. Anyway, I'm not going to.
I have no comment on that.
Yeah, we can't argue about those calls. One of the things too about the way everybody is playing and finding their roles now. I was joking with you before the game. I said, name everybody who's healthy. That didn't take long. And so we're battling through injuries. We're battling through some situations. But again, we have people that know their roles a little bit more defined. And as you said, they know who needs to step up and win.
Yeah, and the answer is they all do, right? Yeah. After games, it's really difficult to practice. We rarely practice the day after the game because we have so many people that just need the rest along with our day off, so they can get 2 days off. So you're only practicing twice a week. It's probably not a good recipe for how we get better in a hurry. We've got a lot of work to do after the season.
Another tough challenge was Virginia Tech, a team that had, again, a player that went on to win the Freshman of the Week award. And
naturally,
Kitley is a very talented young player. But after a loss like that, you come back and not just ready to play Syracuse, but came out smoking. There's no smoking allowed in our arena. But we were smoking yesterday, a 27-point first quarter. What a great start.
Yeah, that's got to be a record for us this year, right? We're averaging about 15 points a quarter. So it was great to see us just play loose, come out fired up, and make some shots. I thought we got the break going. And the whole key, though, was rebounding. We got the rebound. We held them to one shot. We were able to get down the floor and get some points.
It really is good when you get a one and done, because then you not only stop them from scoring, but we can get into our fast pace.
Yeah, the transition is what's been our bread and butter for the last few years. We haven't really seen that much this year. I think we need to be a lot more aggressive.
Got a special night coming up Thursday, senior night. Hard to believe how quickly it goes by, and it seems like we're just welcoming some players in to be part of the team, and certainly Caitlin Cole has earned her stripes. And how about Caitlin, huh? Doing a great job this year, but to think that she's a senior already, it's been a quick trip.
It really has, and she's added so much to the program. She brings so much energy when she comes in the game. She's going to battle. There's going to be somebody on the floor around her at some point when she goes in there to rebound, because she's going to be physical. She's what we need on the boards every night.
So many people are like, boy, she's really blossomed. Where was she before that? Well, I don't know if you remember, she had a knee injury. And it really battled to come back from that, like so many of our players have, and was dedicated to the rehab process. And Ann Marquez did a great job, and Mike Yergler, everybody working to get her back. And she's back, and she's strong. And as you said, she's become a real viable player for us.
Yeah, she really has. I mean, she's playing a lot of minutes as a former walk-on. You don't see that kind of minutes, and she hasn't seen it in her career, and she's really added a lot to the team. But speaking of Ann Marquez, it was great yesterday to be able to kind of honor her. We were fighting for Ann yesterday, the battle with breast cancer that she's been going through, had her last chemo treatment, and now she's waiting to see what's next.
Well, I'll tell you what, nobody's been the MVP more than she has. Yeah. Probably 3 of our last 4 seasons. I mean, you stayed pretty healthy last year, but we had seasons with challenges with knee injuries, and it's all part of it. And you've been here 33 years, and so we've had years like this. And, of course, the first trip to the Final Four was an amazing year. So you learn from that experience as well.
Yeah, you start to dread when you get a text from the trainer at any point, and it's probably not going to be good news, but she has done a phenomenal job of getting us ready.
Well, we're going to get a chance to talk to a couple of our seniors later on in the show. That's going to be fun. And Kayla McBride will join us in our next segment, and we got, Go Vegas. Oh, wait a minute. That's her team, isn't it? Las Vegas? Okay. Hey, we got another trivia question for you before we go to our break, and this one involves Kayla McBride. And the question is, Kayla McBride was drafted into the WNBA in what year? What year did K-Mac go to the WNBA? Write it down. It's one of the questions that we'll have an answer for, and we'll see who's going to win it. So we got a break coming up. Our show is brought to you by the TireRack.com. And again, our gratitude for everybody that's here tonight. We're back in just a moment. Stay with us.
As a coach, you wear many hats and need to be ready for anything. You want to be the best that you can be for your players. And LASIK definitely made a big difference for me. Now my vision is sharp and I can really focus on coaching. To be your best on the court, you need to be aware. And thanks to bowling, I'm not missing a thing.
Learn more about Ryan's experience at bowlingheroes.com. Bowling Vision Center. Amazing happens here.
At West Bend, we like to say the worst brings out our best. So if something bad happens to your home, your car, your boat, motorcycle, or personal possessions, a West Bend home and highway policy will cover it all with one agent, one policy, and one bill. Not to mention one deductible. And if you don't file a claim all year, we'll give you some of your money back. Even your wallet can have a silver lining. To find out more, go to thesilverlining.com.
Is life throwing you hard knocks?
Okay, it's time to go to work.
You may be injured or just worn down. Whether it's Notre Dame basketball, work, or just everyday life, South Bend Orthopedics believes everyone should be treated as if they are on the same team. Schedule an appointment with South Bend Orthopedics today. Call 574-247-9441. Let us get you back in the game.
Hi, Irish fans. Jack Dolan here for UPS. Your customers want more from your business. You've got to make more happen. Whether they're in Indiana or on the other side of the world, globally or locally, UPS is building solutions to help businesses give their customers exactly what they want. More. Made easy. UPS, official partner of Notre Dame Athletics.
It's the Muffet McGraw Show with your host, Bob Nagel, on Pulse FM.
And we're back with you from O'Rourke's Public House, the Muffet McGraw Show. Show number 5 of the year, and right now we are joined by former Irish standout and WNBA superstar. That's what the press release said. Superstar. Kayla McBride is with us tonight. How about a warm welcome for K-Mac. Great to have you with us tonight, and you've really been here all season. What's the experience been like?
It's been great. I mean, obviously coming back here, it's like my second home. It's somewhere I feel like I really grew up and just had a lot of fun, a lot of tradition, a lot of memories. So to be able to come back and help coach out and be around the girls, it's been great.
You've had a nice combination of rest and a chance still to work on your game and keep your game fresh, and probably not a bad idea every once in a while, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm going to my 7th year in the WNBA, which is crazy. And I spent 5 years overseas, so I wanted to give myself some time just to work on my game and rest, to be with my family and be here and train. And it's been great. Mentally and physically, I feel great. Been training. My trainer's actually here right now, so it's been great.
Coach,
it's got to be just so hard, though, to go from playing.
Oh,
you know, you graduate April or May, you're off in the W, and then you're playing overseas. It's 12 months a year, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, that's the struggle in women's basketball right now is, you know, it's 12-month season. I think the longest time I had off was maybe 2-3 weeks in the last couple of years. So, like I said, this time is, you know, I can't really get it back. So I wanted to kind of give myself that time, and it's hard because, you know, you want to play and this is your job and you only have a certain amount of time to be a professional athlete. But sometimes you got to choose yourself, and I think that it was a great decision for me.
Yeah. How hard is it to be overseas, away from family, away from friends?
You know, you get used to it. I think the first couple of years, you know, it's kind of a culture shock because you get adjusted to the food, the language, just how other countries live. But then you kind of get used to it. You make your friends. You find the people, you know, there's other Americans on the team. You figure out where you like to eat. You know, it becomes more of a comfort zone as you continue to do it. So I've actually had really great experiences overseas. I love living in Istanbul, lived in Russia for 2 years, kind of been all over. But I think it kind of brings another side of yourself out. You kind of have to adjust, and I think it made me a better person, made me see the world in a different way, and I don't think I would have been able to do that without traveling overseas.
Yeah.
It's really amazing. Been to Soviet Union.
Yeah.
In Turkey.
Mhm.
Holy cow, that's great.
It's different. It's different for sure.
Is that something you would recommend to athletes if they got a chance to play overseas, get that experience?
Yeah, definitely younger athletes. I think players who are first getting in the WNBA, maybe you're still trying to find your way in our league. To go overseas, you kind of just get to play. I think you get to continue to get better, continue to work on your craft, and you're probably going to be the best player on your team wherever you go. Just to be able to go and play freely, I think is huge, especially for younger players coming in.
Well, it's great now. You get to be a mentor for some of our younger players coming out. All these rookies in the league this year. I'm always happy when they're on your team. You can take them under your wing.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it's great to be able to pass on to the next generation and just see how much better these girls are coming into our league. They're so much more prepared athletically, just talent-wise, their skill sets. They keep getting better each year. And obviously, Enrique, Marina, Brey, Jess, there's so much talent coming out of our university and our program. It's great to see, and I'm always following, checking up on all of them, so it's been great.
A lot of trades this year. We're going to have a couple of people
Super
that
teams.
we can go see one team and see a couple players.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Phoenix with Sky going there. You have Minnesota with Jess and Enrique and Marina now in Dallas. So it's going to be exciting year for Notre Dame in pro ball.
I'm not sure if Dallas is ready for Marina and Enrique.
I don't think Marina and Enrique are ready for Marina and Enrique.
Who would be ready for Marina?
I'll take her.
That's exactly right.
I wish I would have had a chance to play with Marina in college.
Well, I'll tell you what, between Marina and Michaela, we've got some great memories with the Mabry family, and a lot of great memories when you were part of that team, too. When you were in the backcourt with Skylar and Natalie Novosel, we had that great combination that Coach loves to have, because other teams would scout us, and they say, you're going to put our top defender on Skylar. We're going to put our next defender on K-Mac. We're going to put we don't have another best defender, so we'd find a way and then rotate. It's really an effective way to play, isn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think we pride ourselves on how we competed in practice. We felt like if we were on separate teams and we're going at each other, when we got on the floor, we felt like nobody could touch us. And that was our mentality going into it. And it was contagious, I think, through the rest of the team. And then, myself learning from Natalie and Skylar, I was able to pass that on to Michaela and the younger players underneath me. So it was a constant effect. And, it was a lot of fun playing on those teams with all that talent.
Got to ask you about playing in Las Vegas. How's it's becoming a great pro sports town with the hockey and everything. But so what's it like being in Vegas?
It's different. It's hot. It's very, very hot. Every time I reach for my seatbelt when I get in my car, I'm reminded of how hot it is. But we have a great fan support out there. Playing in Mandalay Bay has been awesome. Playing for that organization in MGM has been great. We've had a lot of success the last 2 years, so looking to continue to do that this year.
I mean, what's ahead for you? What are your plans? I know you said you can't play forever, but
yeah, no, definitely. I mean, obviously, I want to be in the Olympic team. That's first and foremost. Continue my WNBA career, but starting a family, figuring out what my next path is. Is it coaching? I don't know. Figuring those next steps out. But right now, it's all still ball. I think this time without it made me miss it even more, and just want to continue to have these 4 or 5 years to play.
Well, been a great representative, Coach.
Oh, I know, one of the best. I'd love to have her back out there. They call her the Husky Killer in Connecticut. And, we had some great. I think winning record in 4 years against that team, and I'll never forget that triple overtime game where you hit that shot at the top of the key to win it. And boy, just so many great memories.
Yeah,
People forget we were 0 for 9 from 3, in that game. So I'm pretty sure Coach was like, what? We haven't made one all game. And all of a sudden it just hits the front of the rim, the back, and, we moved on.
Yeah, and we were due, right?
Yeah, we were due.
We were due. Well, K-Mag, it's just so great to see you, and it's been great to have you around this year. And, Coach, I don't know if they expand your staff to about 8 coaches. I think we know who'd fill one of those spots.
I'll tell you, she's going to be a great coach. She's got a great feel for the game, terrific in scouting, can really see what's going on, has great insight, plus has the player's perspective. I mean, she's been there, she's done it. She knows how to work. She knows how to build that work ethic and to teach the fundamentals of the game. She's really come a long way as a player from when she started way back in 9th grade to what she's accomplished now. So I just have so much joy when I look at her, and so happy. I wish she could do a little more coaching this year. The NCAA doesn't really allow her to actually be on the floor coaching, but just to be around and be a mentor for these girls, they really look up to her.
Well, it's great to have her back this year for the time that she's been back. And, you know, one of the toughest parts about my job, and I know you feel the same way, is you get to meet not only these players, but their parents and their families. And so I got to ask you, how's Mom and Dad doing? Everybody good?
Yeah, they're great. Back in Erie, Pennsylvania. My sister's in Pittsburgh now. My brother's a sophomore in college, which is crazy. And then my youngest sister, she's 13. She's in 8th grade. Actually heading to the state tournament for 8th graders in 2 weeks. So, yeah, she's a hooper too.
She got game?
Oh, yeah, she has a lot of game. Lefty, shooter.
Left-hander.
She's literally my twin. It's crazy.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, thanks so much for being here, and thanks for being here this season. It's been great to have you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
How about a nice hand for Kayla McBride, everybody? Woo. Hey, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to have a couple of our players join us, and then that'll be followed by Sam Sloan. Is Sam you loosening up over there, Sam? Yeah, she's ready. Hey, here's our next trivia question. We got this is question number 4, and this question has to do with Caitlin Cole. What is her hometown? What is Caitlin Cole's hometown? Where is she from? If you got that answer, write it down. And just think about Klinger on the show MASH. He was from the same town, so that's what I heard anyway. Hey, we got a break coming up. Our show's brought to you by thetirerack.com. We're back in just a moment. Thanks for being here.
Best tailgate? It's gotta be burgers. And an ice cold Coke.
Real football y pollo asado.
Hoops and wings. Dude, subs.
Nah, hot dog.
No, Dodger dog.
I'll drink to that. Pass me a Coke. It's gotta be crawfish.
Mac and cheese. No. 7-layer dip. Ribs. No contest.
Hummus.
What?
You need a hot grill. And an ice cold Coke.
Of course.
Football and Coke. Come on.
It's got to be Coke.
Game day? Race day.
Calls for Coke.
You know it.
It's tailgating 101.
At first, it was just an annoyance, but then it started affecting my daily life. My hernia was stopping me from doing what I enjoy. That's when I learned about robotic surgery at St. Joe. With a simple outpatient procedure, I was back to normal in days, not weeks. Thanks to St. Joe, I've turned time sitting out into time cherishing the people I love. Get back to the things you enjoy. Schedule your hernia assessment today. Call 1-833-300-WELL.
As a coach, you wear many hats and need to be ready for anything. You want to be the best that you can be for your players. And LASIK definitely made a big difference for me. Now my vision is sharp and I can really focus on coaching. To be your best on the court, you need to be aware. And thanks to bowling, I'm not missing a thing.
Learn more about Ryan's experience at bowlingheroes.com. Bowling Vision Center. Amazing happens here.
At West Bend, we like to say the worst brings out our best. So if something bad happens to your home, your car, your boat, motorcycle, or personal possessions, a West Bend home and highway policy will cover it all with one agent, one policy, and one bill. Not to mention one deductible. And if you don't file a claim all year, we'll give you some of your money back. Even your wallet can have a silver lining. To find out more, go to thesilverlining.com.
We're talking Notre Dame women's basketball. It's the Muffet McGraw Show on Pulse FM.
Welcome back to O'Rourke's Public House and the Muffet McGraw Show. We get a chance to turn our attention to a couple of our players, a couple of our seniors on the team. We want to certainly welcome Destiny Walker, who hails from Orlando, Florida, and and Caitlin Cole, who hails from a city that you need to know about later. It's one of our trivia questions, so we didn't want to give that away. But ladies, welcome to the show. Got to say thank God you're here, because we've needed each and every one of our players this year to step up and take over a prominent role, and you've both done that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. And that's the end of our interview. No.
Okay. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
It's got to be tough to come into a new situation. You're a college player. You have had experience, terrific high school player, and coming in as a transfer. What was the adjustment like for you?
It was surprisingly easy. Just coming into a leadership role, I know that I had to step up with the new team, and I had to lead, but I also had a lot to learn as well. Stepping onto a new squad, and I think my teammates made me very comfortable from the moment I stepped on campus. So.
Well, you have such a pleasing personality, and you're so easy to get along with. Such a sweetheart.
Exactly.
We're waiting for Mr. Jekyll, Dr. Jekyll, or what's the alternative to the nice Destiny? We're looking for mean Destiny, and you've done that on occasion.
I try to mix it up sometimes.
Cole can do it. She can be the alter ego of nice guy.
Yep.
We need that.
Yeah, you were, especially, I mean, there's been so many games where you're diving for the loose balls and you're giving us that hustle play and doing what you can. But yesterday I thought you were phenomenal with a lot of players from their team that wanted to be a little more physical than maybe you were used to or wanting you to welcome. So you straightened them out right away. I thought you did a great job with that.
Thank you.
If the referees are going to the monitor, Cole's in the game.
Yeah.
Not that we're encouraging anything out of the ordinary.
No, but not backing down. And sometimes you play like you're 6'2", and you're 5'10", and you're still in there battling for rebounds and putting a body on somebody. That's an acquired skill. And I know you didn't have that maybe first year you were with the program, but you really developed.
Yeah, I didn't see myself in this position, obviously coming into the season, but with so many people being hurt, I just try to do whatever the team needs. So I'm very thankful to be here. So. Yep.
Well, and you did a great job rehabbing yourself. I mean, you had a knee injury, you had knee surgery, and you all of our players over the years have been so diligent about their rehab. And I know Ann Marquez works with you, and Dr. Yergler works with you, and but really it comes down to you and how much work you want to put in. You did a great job.
Thank you. I just wanted to come back stronger than I was before, and I put in a lot of hard work with Ann, with Mike, and I think after that injury I was in the best shape of my life, so I think they helped me tremendously.
And that'll help you down the road too when you're doing surgery and you're standing over an operating table.
That's the goal.
Kayla wants to be a doctor down the road, and I think she's going to do a great job with that. And what are your thoughts about medical school? Do you have a choice? Or?
No, I'm going to take a gap year next year, so hopefully in that gap year I'll have some more experience, and then I'll apply to medical school this coming fall. But hopefully I choose a medical school that's right for me, and I just can't wait to be a doctor.
Orthopedic surgeon? Really?
Yeah.
Holy cow. She might be working on our players in the future. That'd be great. Well, we're not going to have any more injuries, though.
No. Right.
We've decided not to have any more injuries, but that's awesome. Destiny, what are your thoughts for the years to come? What would you like to be doing other than playing pro basketball?
Yeah, I was just about to say, I would like to play for as long as I can and then get into like sports broadcasting.
Really?
Yeah.
There's somebody else wants my microphone. You and Sam Burnell.
Destiny, you come from a place, I'm not sure if you have the same kind of crowd that we have, and you have to be excited when you walk into the arena and see these great fans every single game.
Yeah, for sure. I love the support here. It's crazy. It's crazy different than what it was at my old school. So
yeah. I love when they bring out the green sticks, and that's awesome.
And I think you look much better in navy blue and
right.
gold.
I agree.
Yeah. That other, I can't remember what other shade that blue is on North Carolina.
Yeah,
but
we'll see tomorrow night.
We'll see it tomorrow night. And any thoughts about when you're involved in that process of getting a chance to transfer? I'm sure there were a lot of schools that were interested in you. And how did you pick Notre Dame?
I mean, when Coach called, I was baffled. I was like, I talked to my mom, and I was like, that was a school that I was looking at coming out of high school, and to be able to finish up 4 years at UNC and then come here and be able to spend 2 years here, it's crazy to me. I'm very thankful for it. So.
Yeah.
We are too.
Yeah.
I don't know where we'd be without you this year.
And there's some thoughts about maybe next year.
We're
right?
hoping for next year too. I don't think we have the official word yet, but we're all in.
How about Destiny? Can we get her 6 years? Is that okay with everybody? Yeah. 6 years is a long time. That was my sophomore year in college. Anyway, but I got through it. Anyway, yeah.
Are you guys ready to be questioned by Sam?
Yep, I am.
I hope you've been preparing yourselves all day.
Bring it on.
Sam's warming up at the bullpen, and we're going to step aside and let her come in and take over the show. And ladies, thanks again for being here. And enjoy your time with Sam, and we'll be back in just a moment. We got one more trivia question to pass along to you before we go to the break, and this one has to do with Destiny Walker. She wears number 24. Who wore number 24 before her? That was Arike Agombawale. That would have been too easy. Who wore 24 before Arike? All right, that's question number 5. Who wore number 24 before Arike? Write it down, and we'll be collecting those applications for a winning ticket in just a few minutes, and then we'll award our prizes tonight. So stand by. We're back with Sam Burdell in just a moment here on the Muffet McGraw Show from O'Rourke's Public House, brought to you by thetirerack.com.
Best tailgate? It's gotta be burgers. And an ice cold Coke.
Real football y pollo asado.
Hoops and wings. Dude, subs.
Nah, hot dog.
No, Dodger dog.
I'll drink to that. Pass me a Coke. It's gotta be crawfish.
Mac and cheese. No. 7-layer dip. Ribs. No contest.
Hummus.
What?
You need a hot grill. And an ice cold Coke.
Of course.
Football and Coke. Come on.
It's got to be Coke.
Game day? Race day.
Calls for Coke.
You know it.
It's Tailgating 101.
Hi, Irish fans. Jack Dolan here for UPS. Your customers want more from your business. You've got to make more happen. Whether they're in Indiana or on the other side of the world, globally or locally, UPS is building solutions to help businesses give their customers exactly what they want. More. Made easy. UPS, official partner of Notre Dame Athletics.
Is life throwing you hard knocks?
Okay, it's time to go to work.
You may be injured or just worn down. Whether it's Notre Dame basketball, work, or just everyday life, South Bend Orthopedics believes everyone should be treated as if they are on the same team. Schedule an appointment with South Bend Orthopedics today. Call 574-247-9441. Let us get you back in the game.
Okay, it's time to go to work.
At first, it was just an annoyance, but then it started affecting my daily life. My hernia was stopping me from doing what I enjoy. That's when I learned about robotic surgery at St. Joe. With a simple outpatient procedure, I was back to normal in days, not weeks. Thanks to St. Joe, I've turned time sitting out into time cherishing the people I love. Get back to the things you enjoy. Schedule your hernia assessment today. Call 1-833-300-WELL.
Live from O'Rourke's Public House in Eddy Street Commons, it's the Muffet McGraw Show on Pulse FM.
And part of the Muffet McGraw Show this year has been Sam's Session, or Sam's Saloon, as we like to call it. And Sam Burnell is here with a couple of our players, and Destiny Walker's already told her, don't be too hard on me, you'll never get the ball against...
Watch it, you won't either.
No, they're all set and ready to go, and here we go, Sam's Session.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sam's Saloon. Thank you guys for being a part of this throughout the season. It's been a new experience, and it's been very fun, especially with you guys. And then, of course, my fellow teammates who usually join me, so thank you guys.
Of course.
Obviously, Thursday's coming up quick, and it's a big day for the seniors. So, Katie, big day for you and Marta. Mm-hmm. What's it going to be like for you to step on Purcell Pavilion one more time and play your last home game?
I don't think it's gonna hit me until after the game. A lot of my family will be there, so I'll be very thankful for them for coming. But these past 3 years have been surreal for me. I just don't know where I would be without this. So I'm very thankful, and I'm very thankful for all you guys. You're with us every step of the way, very supportive, so I'm very thankful for you guys too.
Yeah, it's been awesome for me to be able to watch you throughout the past 3 or 4 years here, because I was a recruit while you were in your early stages, and I just know that I'm sure you had the greatest time of your life here, and it's going to be so sad for me to see you go, because you're like my big sister, but I know there's always great things ahead of you. And speaking of ahead of you, I know Bob's talking to you a little bit about graduate school and kind of what you want to do there. How's that process been? Like, is it a really hard process applying for graduate school and kind of getting set there?
Yeah, it's definitely a difficult process. I do not know what I'm going to do next year, so I'm figuring that out right now. But ultimately, in 5 years, I see myself going to med school, becoming a doctor. That's what I've always wanted to be ever since freshman year of high school, so those are my plans.
That's awesome. And one fun fact about Katie and I is we are big TikTokers. So I don't know if any of you have heard of what like TikTok is, but it's pretty much like lots of like funny videos and dances and things like that. And occasionally they'll go viral. Katie and I did one did one recently. It was pretty funny, and it went semi-viral, which is pretty cool. But so one of the most like famous, popular TikToks out there is called the Renegade, which is a pretty difficult dance to get down. So my question for you, Katie, is: have you been able to master that yet?
I'm in the process of it. It's not the best, but
can we get a little bit of a tutorial? Give the people what they want.
Okay, do you want to do it with me?
Sure. You gotta sing it, Des.
What is it like? Renegade, renegade,
Okay.
renegade.
Okay, so
renegade.
first is the whoa. Wait. Renegade, renegade, renegade.
Renegade.
Hey.
Oh.
And then this,
Whoa.
this.
Yeah. Forgot that part.
Ooh.
Boom, boom, boom. Okay.
And that's it. That's basically it.
It was all right.
No, that's great stuff. In Destiny, obviously Thursday's another big game for you.
Yep.
Playing against the former team that you played for 4 years. What's that going to be like for you? What does that game mean to you?
I think it's going to be fun. It means a lot to me because obviously the past 2 years I haven't been able to play. And these are a group of girls that haven't seen me play in the past 2 years. So, I mean, to be out there and be able to compete, period, is gonna mean a lot to me.
Yeah, that's special. What would you say you're looking forward to the most about the game?
I mean, I think it's going to be a very competitive game. A lot of the girls on the team, like Kate and Anea, know a lot of the girls on UNC's team.
You're probably very close with all of them. So
yeah,
I'm sure,
so I know a lot of the girls on the team, and so do some of y'all. You know some of the girls on the team, too. So
I
I think it'll be a pretty fun game.
That's awesome. And then one special thing about Destiny is she is big within fashion and makeup and, like, hair. And, you know, she's always got to be done up for
Don't
every
forget the
game.
lashes.
Like,
right. I'll talk
so
about
here
that.
is the biggest question. What does fashion mean to you?
I mean, just expressing myself, and I mean, it means always keeping my nails done, and I get my lashes done, and I always have my hair a certain type of way. So, I mean, just looking nice all the time.
What's your like pregame ritual? Do you have like a pregame like ritual that you have to do like certain things like hair?
I mean, you know, I crimp my hair before the games.
I know you're a big crimper like Katie and I over here.
Yep.
You inspired us to be crimpers over here.
Yep. Marta Sneezik had a crimper, and she gave it to me, and then the whole team's been crimping their hair ever since.
So the crimper pretty much gives you beach waves. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty awesome fashion material object. That's awesome. All right, let's do some rapid fire really quick to close out Sam's Saloon.
All right.
Okay.
What do you do to relax?
Sleep.
Netflix.
Indoor or outdoor drive or fly?
Indoor. Drive.
Indoor fly.
Okay. Class at 8 a.m. or 8 p.m.?
8 a.m.
8 a.m. Get it over with.
Yeah.
Okay. Breakfast or dinner?
Breakfast.
Solo act or band?
Solo act.
Solo act.
Let's hear it.
We be all night in love. Woo! No. Your turn.
No. I changed my answer to band.
Oh, she changes her answer to band. Awesome. Okay. Winter Olympics or Summer Olympics?
Summer.
Winter Olympics.
Okay. Comedy or horror movie?
Comedy.
Horror.
I hate
Who's
horror
your favorite
movies.
comedian?
You can watch horror movies?
Who's your favorite comedian?
I don't know if I have one.
Kevin Hart, like.
Kevin Hart.
Okay.
We'll say Kevin Hart.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being a part of Sam's Saloon and Coach's Radio Show. You guys are the best fans in the country, and we always appreciate and love your support. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sam, for all of your great help this year, we want to present you with your own bottle of ketchup.
Oh my gosh! This is the best day ever.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, we got a tie in our trivia contest. Where are Always Irish? Raise your hands. There's the team from Always Irish, and the other one is Sam's fans.
Oh.
Okay, both over there. We got a tiebreaker trivia question for you, and you got to come up with a correct answer. And this has to do with Destiny Walker. How many points has Destiny scored this year? How many points has Destiny Walker scored this year? Whoever's closest without going over will be our winner. So that's our bonus question. So yeah, I don't think Destiny is going to give that away. So Sam, again, thanks, ladies. Thank you for being here. We're back with Coach McGraw in just a moment here on this edition of the Muffet McGraw Show, brought to you by thetirerack.com.
As a coach, you wear many hats and need to be ready for anything. You want to be the best that you can be for your players. And LASIK definitely made a big difference for me. Now my vision is sharp and I can really focus on coaching. To be your best on the court, you need to be aware. And thanks to bowling, I'm not missing a thing.
Learn more about Ryan's experience at bowlingheroes.com. Bowling Vision Center. Amazing happens here.
At West Bend, we like to say the worst brings out our best. So if something bad happens to your home, your car, your boat, motorcycle, or personal possessions, a West Bend home and highway policy will cover it all with one agent, one policy, and one bill. Not to mention one deductible. And if you don't file a claim all year, we'll give you some of your money back. Even your wallet can have a silver lining. To find out more, go to thesilverlining.com.
Is life throwing you hard knocks?
Okay, it's time to go to work.
You may be injured or just worn down. Whether it's Notre Dame basketball, work, or just everyday life, South Bend Orthopedics believes everyone should be treated as if they are on the same team. Schedule an appointment with South Bend Orthopedics today. Call 574-247-9441. Let us get you back in the game.
Okay, it's time to go to work.
Hi, Irish fans. Jack Dolan here for UPS. Your customers want more from your business. You've got to make more happen. Whether they're in Indiana or on the other side of the world, globally or locally, UPS is building solutions to help businesses give their customers exactly what they want. More. Made easy. UPS, official partner of Notre Dame Athletics.
It's the Muffet McGraw Show with your host, Bob Nagel, on Pulse FM.
And for the final time in this year's Muffet McGraw Show, we're back with you from O'Rourke's Public House, and we've got a great group on hand. And I think you might have heard a rumor that the Mike Brey Show will follow our show tonight. So that'll be fun. And we're glad you're all here. And it's been great to do the show with a great representation here of our fans and having our players involved. That's been great as well. Coach, next up for the Irish, North Carolina Tar Heels at home on Thursday night.
You know, they're a team, new coach, Courtney Banger, came in from Princeton and had a very successful career at Princeton. And they're a team that has some great players. Janelle Bailey inside, she's been just unstoppable. Great size, great mobility. Mick is going to have her hands full trying to contain her a little bit. We're going to have to really work on that. But they got great three-point shooters. They started out really well, one of the top teams in the league, looking like an NCAA tournament bid. They've recently lost a few in a row, so we're hoping they don't regain that and can get through one more game.
Well, they've lost a few in a row, and we've won one in a row.
We have one in a row.
We're on a roll. We're going to be ready for North Carolina on Thursday night. And then you go down to Florida State, get a chance to play Sue Summerall's team, and they've got another good year going.
Yeah, they do. Another team that was ranked very high early on and has had a couple of upsets. Just some great games in the league. There's so much parity in our conference right now. I think Georgia Tech just beat them. They've had some big battles with some of the teams. There's so many great teams in the middle. Everybody's fighting for NCAA bids right now. It's going to be interesting to see how many we get. We're hoping at least 6, but it's been a little bit of a down year in the league.
It has been in a way, but again, that competition makes it so tough. And to get a split with a team like Syracuse winds up being a pretty good thing because that could be a tournament team as well. You look at the conference, you got a couple of teams that everybody says, well, they're definitely in.
Yeah.
And then everything else is kind of, and it depends if we play our best game, which we've done a few times this year, and we get all depends on the draw, that kind of thing. But you're going to go into that tournament expecting to play well.
Yeah, we are. We'll be down there early, a little earlier than usual. So we'll get out there first day, see who the opponent's going to be. Right now, we still don't know with 2 games to go what it looks like. We're hoping to continue to win and get a little bit of a higher seed.
Well, that'd be great, and it's always such a fun time with the tournament, and the crowds down there are great, and it's always a good experience to go down to the ACC tournament. If anybody's going to get there, you'll really enjoy it. So it's hard to believe that the season has gone by as quickly as it has, and it's down to the final couple of games. And when you look back, this team has wins over 2 ranked teams during the course of the season. We had a 3-game winning streak. I mean, there've been some highlights. The biggest thing, though, is the what we've seen out of our team, the character and the resolve that they have to continue to battle.
Yeah, they really have. I mean, we've just had so many games that could have gone our way that didn't. I think when you look back on the schedule, you have so many regrets, and that's one thing that you don't want to do when you leave a game or when you end the season. You want to be able to look back and say, I gave it my best shot every single night. I really worked on every single possession, and we weren't able to do that. So it's a learning experience for this team. It's a young team. They're going to be really good in the future, but to realize how hard it is, I think that's the part you forget. We made it look easy for the last 7 or 8 years. Everything worked for us, and people don't know how hard it was to get to that point and what you need to do, the resilience, the grit, the toughness that you need. And we just, we're learning a lot of important lessons this year, and hopefully they're going to carry on next year when we're still going to be a very young team with all these freshmen coming in. And you hope that these sophomores, which now is a great class with Kate Gilbert and Abby Prohaska joining Sam and Anea. So it's a terrific young class, and have another one coming in. But, we're going to have some growing pains next year, too. I think you have to look at maybe 2 years down the road to see when's our next Final Four team going to be.
Well, I got a feeling our fans think we're going to be really good next year, and those 5 freshmen come in are going to be special and ready to help us out. And I think about a player like Michaela Vaughn. Can you imagine if she doesn't have to play the post? If there's somebody else that can play the post and she can be a 4, I mean, she can be so effective. But she's done a great job for us in the post. There's going to be a lot of I mentioned earlier this year that we're going to have a lot of players back next year, and you said, yeah, and they might be watching from the bench depending on how our younger players do. But it's going to be really exciting next year, so make sure that you've got your season tickets, and we're ready to go. We've got the best fans in the country, and really helped us out all all season long. Coach, when I give you a chance to talk about some of the other people, it's been great to have Karen Keys with us this year doing color on the broadcast when she can. And how about Karen has done a great job, and she was on one of your first teams and really helped get the transition going when you came in from wherever that was. You were coach.
It isn't great to come into a situation, though, when you just have such great people around you, and to have that amazing class, Sarah Leapshire, Chrissy Davis, and Karen Robinson coming in. A class I didn't recruit, I just came in with them, and boy, they built the foundation of this program. And when you look way back and you say, how did you get where you are? It starts with these teams that have built it up with the culture and what they've done, and then what they continue to do for the program. It's so great to have Karen back. She's on the radio, and I think people don't understand how hard your job is, how hard it is to be somebody that's got to know the other team. You have to know exactly what the game plan is. You have to be able to see it on the floor, and then you have to be able to articulate it during the game. And she's really enjoying working with you guys, and I think she brings a great perspective, having been a former player, and understanding me, I think, a little bit, and knowing when the hair is standing straight up in the air, what exactly that means that just went on in the huddle.
Well, Karen's been called for a couple of technicals for taking pictures of her daughter during the game, but that's all good. Caitlin Keys is her daughter, and has given us a nice contribution in practice. And
Katie doing a great job. Cassie, her other sister, is running cross country and track and doing very well out there. So great to have the Keys family.
I want to mention Tony Simeone as well. Tony's been filling in for me on the road games and doing a great job. Absolutely. And we appreciate what Tony's been able to do, and he's a talented young man, and it's fortunate. I'm doing a little rehab and I guess I'm one of the injured players
You
too.
are.
So we'll see if we can get back there next year. But Coach,
yeah, we're happy to have you looking good and being ready to go 100%.
Well,
Flexing.
I don't know about looking good. That
I
hurt.
think we found somebody to sing the national anthem when Destiny was up here a minute ago.
Yeah, I think so
Maybe
too.
we get her out there for a game and see if she can belt one out.
Yeah, we and by the way, we should thank Sam Sanchez and the band of the Fighting Irish. It's always great to have them at our home games. They do a great job, don't they? Our band here at Notre Dame.
Best band in the land.
Best band in the land. So many people that are involved in our process during the season. The people that work the scorers table. All the people behind the scenes that do such a great job. It really is a huge team effort, isn't it?
It really is. It's such a great family. I mean, to see all of our ushers and all the people in the arena that make things go for us. That we just come out and play, and everybody else takes care of the little things, and it's so important. And it's great to be leaving the arena and seeing all those people that have helped us along the way. And there's so much support, especially this year when you really appreciate it, because it has been a tough year, not just for the team and for the coaches, but for the fans. I think what we're used to, we're not quite where we should be, and we know we're going to get back there.
Well, I'll tell you what, the staff's done a great job, as always, and our newest member, Michaela Mabry, has done a great job. Carol Owens, Beth Cunningham. You've got a great staff.
I really do. I'm just so blessed, and it's great to be able to kind of go to war with some women that you feel like we can battle, we can argue about stuff, but especially in a season like this, you want somebody that you know has your back, and this group is so loyal and supportive of each other.
I think you've also had a pretty good year out of Matt McGraw.
You know, he takes the brunt of this losing, and I don't know how he does it. He remains optimistic, and he is definitely the light that keeps me going.
Well, and he's got the greatest collection of green sweaters of anybody in the country. So, although Matt,
he's bringing out the hat early this year, so
yeah,
that could be good.
And he had a nice pink sweater on the other day. So real men can wear pink, I guess, is what they say. Hey, we got to announce our winning team, and they had the closest answer on our bonus question. Where's the team that's always Irish? You are the winners tonight. They knew 4 out of 5, and then they got the tiebreaker. They guessed as close as they could without going over. So here's the answers for our trivia questions. And the Pink Zone game speed painter painted what? Leprechaun is exactly right. And Sam Brunel passed Beth Cunningham for second all-time in three-point shooting for a freshman. Who was number 1? Alicia Ratai. She was pretty special.
She was.
Yep. And third question, K-Mac was drafted in the WNBA in what year? 2014 was the correct answer. So we had a little separation there. Number 4, Caitlin Cole is from what hometown? Toledo, Ohio. She and Klinger from MASH. I don't know why.
Toledo Mud Hens, that's right.
Yeah, the Mud Hens. And what's the hot dog stand there that's famous? Tony Paco's, that's right. We went there, remember?
We did.
I think you autographed a bun or something that we went there. Question number 5 was Destiny Walker wore number 24. Enrique wore it before her. Who wore it before Enrique? Hannah Huffman. And by the way, her brother Joe is a great contributor to the program. He's one of our practice players.
He is.
And sometimes he makes more shots than he should, but
our cameraman tonight's one of our practice players.
Is that right?
I'm getting a little more airtime than you tonight, Bob.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's okay. And our
Jack, nice to have you here.
Yeah, Jack. How are you? And we also want to tell you that our bonus question, we want to know how many points Destiny has scored this year. It's 412. And the folks that are always Irish came as close without going over as the other team. So congratulations, Always Irish. You're our champions tonight. And we appreciate everybody playing trivia this year. It's been a lot of fun. Got to thank a few folks who've helped us out with our show, too. And everybody here at O'Rourke's Public House, you've just been great to work with. And the team from Fighting Irish Media, we appreciate you so much. We also want to thank Bob Henning, our in-house engineer. He's the best. He gets double duty tonight. He's going to be staying on for the next show as well. And we want to thank all the folks, Josh Bates, everybody from Notre Dame, Katie Capps. It takes so many people to make this all happen. Coach, Thanks for being here.
Bob, Hall of Fame broadcaster. Been another great year.
All righty. Thanks for being here for the Muffet McGraw Show.
Thanks for listening to the Muffet McGraw Show, live from O'Rourke's Public House. The Muffet McGraw Show is brought to us by TireRack.com, Bowling Vision Center, South Bend Orthopedic.
Sounds good to me. All right, Mike Brey.
Earlier today, thousands filed at Staples Center for a memorial service for Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna. Diana Taurasi and Oregon Sabrina Ionescu delivered terrific speeches of how the NBA great and his daughter impacted them. And Vanessa Bryant found the composure to deliver a beautiful eulogy of her daughter and husband, who she said were alike in so many ways.
Gigi was confident, but not in an arrogant way. She loved helping and teaching other people things. At school, she offered the boys' basketball coaches to help give the boys' basketball team some pointers, like the triangle offense.
Vanessa Bryant has also filed a wrongful death suit against the helicopter company. The games will go on in the NBA tonight, and they'll go on at Staples Center later as the Clippers look to halt the 3-game slide against the Grizzlies, who come in with back-to-back losses, falling to the 500 mark.
All right, folks, we want to one, two. Okay, folks, thank you. I want to thank Coach McGraw and the women's basketball team for letting us piggyback tonight. The Mike Brey Show is going to start in 1 minute. We'll give away some gear. John Mooney's going to be the player guest. So if you want to stick around and talk a little men's basketball, we're going to start here in just a second. Thank you very much.
And it's the Blue Jackets hosting the Ottawa Senators. I'm Rich Acker.
Make DA a part of your morning. New time, same address, 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern, right here on CBS Sports Radio.
The Mike Brey Radio Show at O'Rourke's Public House is presented by the experts at TireRack.com and is brought to you by Coca-Cola, Under Armour, Gatorade, Canon, by Vivid Seats, St. Joseph Health System, South Bend Orthopedics, by West Bend Insurance, First Source Bank, by IBEW, and by Papa John's. And now, live from O'Rourke's Public House, your host for the Mike Brey Show, Jack Nolan.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Mike Brey Radio Show, live from O'Rourke's Public House. And we want to thank Coach Muffet McGraw, the women's team. We've kind of moved in on their night this week because you've changed your schedule a little bit. You're still in it. You still have a shot at a bid, and you want a rested team, so you're not coming home from this 2-game road trip.
No, we're going to stay on the road. That's why we're in here tonight. But, boy, yesterday was a good day not only for Notre Dame basketball. The women got a great win. We stole one last night. And lacrosse wins, fencing wins.
Hockey swept Michigan this weekend.
Yeah, my athletic director, Jack Swarbrick, was really smiling last night when we won. It was a good weekend for him. But, yeah, we can't do our Thursday night because we are going to go from Boston to Greensboro on Thursday. And instead of coming back and getting in at 3 in the morning and turning around and travel on Friday again. So we will stay out and we'll do the show tonight. It's Mooney Monday, as we said. Johnny Mooney will join us later.
And certainly so enjoyable Sunday night because you haven't had a conference game like this all year. You took on a Miami team that was a lot better than I think a lot of the fans realized. They were healthy for the first time. They had won 3 games in a row. You came out, made some shots, hit a cold streak, and then you just caught fire. You finished the first half on a 21-4 run, 19-point halftime lead. You built it to 26, and for the first time you cruised to a win in a conference game this year.
Yeah, Jack, I just loved how we shared the ball. We had, I've never seen really a stat sheet like that. 13 assists, 0 turnovers at halftime. We made 10 threes. We got going in transition. When we can get stops and get the ball on the first miss, we're really good at getting down the floor and hit the open guy. We pass it well, and you know, it was a fun night to watch us flow like that offensively and see if we can take this scoring that we've had in our last 5 home games on the road.
I know for your TV show we got to pick a performance of the week, and last week it was so hard. We had a couple. It was hard again this week, but we settled just on TJ Gibbs. He scored 14 points for in the first half last night. He had all 4 of his 3-point attempts. He finished with 19 points, 5 threes, 5 assists, 3 steals. He went over the 1,500-point plateau. He is now the number 17 scorer in Notre Dame basketball history and the number 7 scorer in your 20 years.
You know, all his stuff sneaks up on you. And you know, he's been here so long, and there's first certainly a great career with those stats, but I don't know if there's a guard having a better year than TJ Gibbs in this league. He's having as good a year as any guard in our league. His shooting percentages from the 3-point line are staggering. This is amazing territory, and I'm pleased for him because he deserves it. He's a worker, he's a competitor, and I think those 3 guards like playing together on our perimeter. There's a nice chemistry amongst them.
Your communications director, Alan Wazalewski, does a great job digging up various stats, and he put out this note today that kind of puts TJ's performance in perspective. In league play this year, he's averaging 49.7% field goal percentage shooting. He's shooting 51.8% from beyond the 3-point arc. That is 7 percentage points ahead of the second-place guy, Mr. Warrer from Louisville, pretty good player. And he's averaging 90.2% from the free throw line in ACC play. No player has done that since the 96-97 season.
Who would that have been? Did he say?
He did not say.
I'd be interested to see who that is. But you know, we've had Johnny Mooney comparisons to Tim Duncan type double-double numbers, which is amazing company. And TJ Gibbs, like, we look at those numbers every day as a staff, and it's staggering. But he's a senior. He's played in 125 or 30 college games. He's letting the game come to him. I thought his demeanor has gotten to be a little steadier, and I think that's really helped him. But anything he gets off, I think, is going in now. Even the half-court shot last night that he got off, at the clock, I'm thinking the way it's going, that may go in.
Mooney, of course, got another double-double last night. His 22nd, 19 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 block shots. We're going to talk more about John a little later because he's the guest, but he was not the only guy who recorded a double-double last night. Pretty good night when you have 2 guys do it, and it was Prentice Hub who did it last night, his second career double-double. 15 points, didn't shoot it great, but again, he hit key shots and 10 assists.
Yeah, I just thought his overall game, he is his assist to turnover. He's running our team. He's quarterbacking us. He's in complete control. But we need him to score, too, and it helps when he scores. And I think he's finding a balance point of involving his teammates and hunting his own stuff. And I think he's in a great rhythm right now. And he has brought us back from the dead many times. He's been the guy to ignite a start.
When the pressure's on,
he's fabulous.
He flips a switch.
He's amazing. He's amazing. At Syracuse. I mean, just name it. The other night against North Carolina, we're dead in the water. He jump starts us there. Fearless kid who, again, you have 2 more years with him. I'm excited to see who he becomes over, his junior and senior year. But right now, very confident point guard.
Maybe it's an announcer question. I don't know if folks ever ask you this, but they always say, Jack, if it's the last second for one last shot, who do you want to take it? Well, you know what? You've got a lot of choices. Maybe Prentice Hub because he's so good in the clutch, but Nate Laszewski's hit 2, so maybe him. TJ Gibbs rarely misses, and actually his one miss last night was probably that half-court heave at halftime, because I didn't go back and check the sheet, but I think that was it. John Mooney is clutch. You put Dane Goodwin's hit big shots. I wouldn't want to have to defend you in that situation because there's nobody you can let take an open shot.
Yeah, and I think, it's probably
and
best.
Rex Pfluger, he was 2 for 2 last night.
Right. It's best that way where, a lot of times when you try and run something for one guy, the way defenses are now, it's hard to just get that. And so how we've played, is a motion offense, and there's principles. And the biggest thing is trust. Our guys share the ball. They're really moving it. The ball doesn't stick. And I called Sunday No Stick Sunday. That's what I talked about. No, that ball can't stick today. I want that thing moving. And we really have a high basketball IQ. So you have a lot of different options instead of maybe just trying to run it for one guy. And we have, sometimes we're even maybe a little too unselfish. Dane Goodwin, I still think, turns down some shots. But I'd rather have it that way than the other way.
And when you're talking about Dane Goodwin, he had a very good night again last night. 14 points, including 2 big threes in the first half. That game was very, very competitive for about 15 minutes. And again, as well as you played, you had that one sequence where you were getting great shots and they just weren't dropping. You missed 12 of 13, but then Goodwin hit a couple right there to kind of get you out of it. He hit one. I think he was the one of the 13, and then he hit another one. He has a knack for hitting those shots.
Yeah, he does. And he helps us when he can come off the bench and score. And he's gotten more comfortable, and his teammates find him. And then when he gets in, we do screen for him a little bit more because he's such a good reader of screens. He faded one screen to the corner for a jump shot. He curled one for a 15-footer. And I think Prentice and our guys know that's a weapon when he comes in. We run stuff on out-of-bounds under for him to kind of get him a look. So he has the ability to score, and we just want him. I still think he can take more threes and rise up on guys.
Now, the ACC does have a Six-Man of the Year award, and Dane is the only player in the ACC with less than 3 starts who is averaging double figures off the bench in the entire league.
Wow. I mean, he certainly should be a candidate. There's no question about it. He has ignited us and given us great stuff, and I think he's comfortable in that role. And, the other thing he's done a better job of offensively, he's been better with the ball this year. His assist to turnover looks more like a guard for us. Instead of 1-to-1, he's got more assists to turnover. Still needs to improve defensively. We're on him about that. He's got to sit down in a stance and keep his chest on people, and that's an area of improvement for him, certainly in the offseason as well.
We have a very nice crowd on hand here tonight at O'Rourke's, and as always, we will give away some Under Armour gear at the end of the show, and the way you do that is submit a question. And Brendan Frawley from the Notre Dame Global Property staff is roaming around. If you want to submit a question, even if I don't ask it, but I probably will ask it, we will put you in the drawing at the end of the show, and Brendan's going to bring some of those up in our commercial break. One other guy I want to talk about, and I mentioned on your TV show today, I thought it was a great line from Zach Hillisland in the postgame radio show last night. He called the box score one of the Rexiest box scores of the year concerning Rex Pfluger. Here are his numbers. He had 8 points. He hit both of his shots, and they were both 3-pointers. He grabbed 6 rebounds, dished out 3 assists, and blocked 2 shots in 23 minutes.
He's involved with every good thing that happens a lot of times. He's always been a great on-the-ball defender, especially when he doesn't gamble and go for steals all the time. The problem is you don't want to tell him not to go for steals because he steals the ball a lot, but sometimes he'll over-gamble. He can sit down in his stance. He can rebound. He's a great team defender. He's unselfish. He rotates over and helps when his teammate is beat. The 2 steals he had, we talked about it last week against North Carolina. Now on the offensive end, he is a great passer and playmaker and sees the floor beautifully. And I think that's one of the reasons T.J. Gibbs' numbers are up, because Pfluger is back as his sidekick and finds him a lot. And if you look at his shooting percentage, the last month he is shooting the open three. He doesn't hunt a lot of them like TJ does, but we want him to shoot open ones because his percentages are up. And but he's clutch. He takes the ball out of bounds for us against the press. He takes the ball out of bounds for us underneath. He talks. He plays like a fifth-year senior who's been around, but his instincts. We've got to do a video of his winning plays. The tip in against Stephen F. Austin. The tip in against Syracuse.
The 3-pointer at Duke his freshman year.
Freshman year there. He ties up the guy at Wichita State in the Maui Championship. Then he takes the ball out of bounds and finds Martin Gebbin on the out-of-bounds under. And, it's over and over and over winning plays, little things that don't show up in the box score a lot that And now with him, I think we've used him better because I've rested him more. I've subbed for him a little bit more, and I've been able to keep him fresher. So the last 7 minutes, he can make all those plays. Maybe sometimes before the injury, he would play almost too long and be tired, and he plays so hard, he just exhausts himself.
Well, and he pushed him. He came back as quickly as he possibly could from really total knee reconstruction, that terrible injury at the Purdue game last year. But even last night, when you hit that stretch in the first half where you weren't making shots, he had committed a couple fouls, you took him out, you put him right back in. And as soon as he went in, when he is on the floor, quite honestly, your offense, especially against aggressive defensive teams like Miami is, your offense runs better when he's out there.
Yeah, he can drive it, and he finds people. He knows he's not a great finisher in traffic, but he gets to the lane, and he finds people. He's a great post feeder, throws over the top to Juwan, and he's been in our system. Very.
Well, he directs the traffic so well. He'll tell guys there, or just give you the look, like get over there.
Yeah, it's a great feel for the game. It's really a great basketball IQ. I think Pat Connaughton has the record, 139 games played. I think Rex went 136 last night. He will become the all-time
on senior night,
which is really neat and very well deserved for him. So he is truly an Iron Man for us.
One other thing that we've noticed, and I think we've only mentioned it briefly once on this show, I don't know if there's anybody in the country who is better at inbounding the ball and out of bounds under plays than Rex Pfluger.
He has a vision. I talked about the play to Martin Gebbin. How many guys has he hit for layups or lobs to Juwan over the top? Who threw the ball to Nate against Toledo? Rex Pfluger waited and got him, with a overhead. Go back and look at that play. It was an overhead bounce pass that he hit him in stride with, and he rose up. So, just feel for the game. I'm going to miss him. I'm going to miss his personality. Seems like he's been here forever.
So you win your fifth straight home game, 87-71. Can you carry the momentum back on the road?
I think we can, Jack. I really do. I think we're playing well at the right time. I think we've one of the things I've been really pleased with is, and I said it last night, our seniors are maxing out their playing ability, but they're also maxing out their leadership as our captains. TJ, Johnny, and Rex, they have control. This group has taken ownership of itself. They know what they have to do. They know what's in front of them. And there's no rah-rah speeches. There's no pushing of psychological buttons. When you have a group that truly takes ownership of itself and knows who they are and know their roles, as a coach, sometimes you just don't want to screw them up and just get them to the gym fresh and turn them loose. And that's what we want to do at 9 o'clock in Boston on Wednesday.
It's an unusual year in the ACC. You woke up yesterday alone in 8th place in the ACC. Right now, you're in a four-way tie for 5th, and conventional wisdom is 5 teams are going to get bids, maybe 6. So you're right there if you can take care of your business.
We, for us, if we could, I think the top 4 have kind of got their spots up there, and if you could get in the 5th position in this league this year, I think standings matter, and then we're going to have to do something in Greensboro too. What that is, who knows? We want to stay out of Tuesday's game. We were in that game last year, even though we won it as the last place team. We got to stay out of Tuesday, and you're going to have to do some things down there. But there's just so much still to happen down the stretch, and it's cool for us because it's doable and we're within shouting distance.
And I do wonder, because some people are starting to talk about this. Obviously, the Big Ten's having a great year. People are talking they're going to get 10 bids. People are saying the ACC is down, but Jim Larinaga, I was talking with the Miami radio crew last night, and he said, wait a second. We went into Illinois, we were up, 25, 30 on Illinois? He said, Illinois came back, and Miami barely won it, big win on the road. He said, there's not a team in the ACC that I could go up 25 points on. Is the fact that you're beating yourselves up so much, and you lost so many marquee names from last year, is the league really down, or are people just not noticing because you're beating each other up that there's no really dominant team?
Well, I think when you lose, the perception of when you lose 13 of the 15 guys on first, second, and third team all ACC, Mooney and Noir are the only guys returning. That is that is a big vacuum of talent, but it also perception-wise, we don't have anybody anymore. And the other thing, and Roy Williams and I were talking about this a little bit before our game the other day, and again, we were Carolina last year. What they're going through, we dealt with that. So, I can relate, but I think what hurt, Carolina not being in the top 4, one of the blue blood programs, the perception is, well, if the whole thing's down, and then the math is the math. Like the Big Ten's math is really good. I don't know what they did to manipulate it, but we got to investigate that thing. But it's a little bit like the Big East that year, Jack. We got 11 bids.
Yep.
They're trending it. They got that same feel of the Big East that year. We got 11, but we're going to get more than 4. All right, but we're going to get more than 4. This thing is going to play out, and we want to be one of those after the 4, 5 or 6, and let's go in there and keep digging.
Now, the 2 rankings that people are really paying attention to, one is the new NCAA net ranking. Notre Dame is 56th, up a few notches this week, and you're ahead of Syracuse and Clemson. Of the 4 teams you're tied with right now, only NC State's ranked ahead of you, and you lost to them. So I guess that's the way it goes. In the BPI, you're 57th, ahead of Syracuse and Clemson. So you're trending in the right direction.
Yeah, I think we are. What we're lacking, and we didn't. That's our we didn't take care of some business that we had. We don't have enough quad 1 wins, and you can research quad 1 on the net. It's still kind of new to all of us. Clemson and Syracuse are quad 1 wins for us right now. The only quad 1 remaining on our schedule certainly is Florida State next Wednesday. Now, you got to play the other ones out too, but you have a shot with a Florida State. And in Greensboro, you could see another quad 1 possibility. And those things can drive your numbers back up, into that thing. But, our numbers are solid. We're in a position to strike. And with, 2-3 weeks out of this thing, I'll take, you can go back, Indiana down there, we couldn't finish it. Probably weren't ready to. Louisville here, they came back and made big shots. And Florida State down there, we got 2 shots underneath, out of the bounds underneath. We didn't get those. So we are where we are because of that. I explain this to our guys like men, but it's not over. You still have That's the one thing about it's never too late in a league like the ACC or the Big East when we were there. It's never too late to get this thing going.
And you are now old again.
We're old again, and we're playing old. Yeah. This group is playing like an older group. We'll be old next year too, Jack. And we better be old every year I'm here until I retire, or maybe get me to retire early. Young like last year was a little too young.
And one of the indications of how close the team is, folks, he still has a segment to wait, but John Mooney has just arrived, and he's here with TJ Gibbs. We haven't had a lot of years where teammates have been bringing teammates and coming to these shows. These guys just like to be around each other.
Either that or TJ wants a free meal. What are you thinking? I'm starting to wonder on that.
I think that is, if it is part of an official function, food can be provided.
No, this group, this is a really fun group to be around. And as I mentioned, Rex and TJ and Johnny, as captains, have total control of this thing. It's neat to watch.
And TJ's got the hat again.
It's back.
The legendary hat.
It's back.
Folks, we will be back with your questions for Coach Brey in just a moment. It's the Mike Brey Radio Show, live from O'Rourke's Public House.
There are countless not very smart things you can do in your car. Painting your body green in support of Notre Dame basketball while driving. Painting your friend's body. Pretty much any kind of body painting while driving. But with TireRack.com, it's easy to be smart about your tires. Use our test results and consumer reviews to find the best tire for your car. Use our comparison tools to choose the right tires for you. Then have them shipped and installed fast. TireRack.com, official tire experts of Notre Dame basketball.
There's no doubt education costs have become overwhelming and continue to spike. Unless you choose to earn while you learn as an apprentice with the electrical workers of Local 153. Instead of spending $20,000 a year, often leaving school with a debt, you'll earn an annual package worth over $70,000 while you earn your associate's degree and the skills to be an IBEW electrician. Contact the South Bend Electrical Apprentice Training Center at JATC153.com and compare. Huge cost with no guarantee of a job versus earning $280,000 and trained for the future.
Fighting Irish fans, don't miss your chance to experience the action live with tickets from Vivid Seats, the official ticket marketplace of the Fighting Irish. Visit vividseats.com/UND today to buy and sell tickets to any event. Home games, on the road, even sold out games, no problem. And every transaction is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee. Vivid Seats lets you see more and sit closer all season long. Support the Fighting Irish with tickets from the official ticket marketplace, Vivid Seats. Available now at vividseats.com/UND.
You know, a lot of banking apps let you do the same things, like check your balance in your PJs, deposit checks during your workout, and transfer funds from, well, anywhere. But because we're a trusted bank in the neighborhood, the First Source app comes with a walk-in option, so you can talk face-to-face, not just face-to-phone. First Source Bank.
Member FDIC. Download the First Source app on the App Store or Google Play.
At St. Joseph Health System, every hand held, every story told, every tear shed, smile shared, and spirit lifted stays in our hearts forever. We're blessed because every day we get to make a difference in people's lives. To learn more, visit sjmed.com. St. Joseph Health System. We are called to care for you.
Welcome back to the Mike Brey Radio Show here at O'Rourke's. As you know, tonight's show is brought to you by TireRack.com, revolutionizing tire buying since 1979. You know they've got their game plan down. Their team of experts help you find, deliver, and install using a playbook full of their very own test results and consumer ratings and reviews that make buying a new set of tires as easy as a layup. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Tons of questions for you, Coach. Chase Irish is here from Miami, Florida. He came up to get better weather. Folks, he would like to know, Coach, your team has struggled to close games at times, but you've proven that you have the talent to run with any team in the ACC. What one factor does the team have to improve on to make a run in the tourney?
You know, I think for us, you know, to continue to defend down the stretch, like I think we're capable of doing, I think we're going to score it, and we're going to get a good shot because we're such a good passing team. But to be able to get stops and especially be able to get defensive rebounds and keep people off the offensive boards, you know, that's something that always worries me, especially when we play that smaller lineup, which we have played, and it ignites us at times. And, you know, Johnny's a man on the boards, but some nights he can't get every one of them, even though some nights he has gotten every one of them.
Kevin Curry, a 90 grad, is here. Apparently he wants to help give you some advice because he left his phone number down here. But, Coach, you've built a perennial winner. How can Notre Dame become an elite basketball school? Well, you're 7th all-time in wins.
You know, the program over the years, you know, first as an independent, and then what's it been since 95 we've been in a league, Big East, and now the ACC. We've been, you know, we actually went from 12th in all-time wins to 8th in all-time wins in the last 20 years. So we've moved the needle a little bit. You know, we were dying to get back to that Final Four. You know, we were close a little bit a couple years ago. And you get in that tournament, it's a bit of a crapshoot. But I love, you know, we've got 4 and 5 year guys. That'll continue to be the philosophy, how we build it. And we want to keep trying to find the right mix and then go for it.
Always good to see Gary Rivers here from Mishawaka. Coach, your team's very successful when they aggressively push the ball up the floor. Is this something we will see the rest of the season?
Yeah, we want to run. You know, I talked about at the end of last season and through the summer and through the preseason, we practiced with a 20-second shot clock, so we were forced to play faster. And we want to continue to do that. You know, our pace was slow, you know, up until this year. Where our pace was maybe in the 300s, high 200s. I want to say we're like 185, 190 in pace, which, you know, it's not a jackrabbit, but we're moving, and we get easy buckets that way. We throw ahead and get open looks. So yeah, we want to run and go for it.
Brandon Hardy's here from Atlanta. Coach, I wear the gold jacket, and my question is, can I get a monogram jacket, LOL?
You know what? He is such, I love him. He's such a diehard fan. He travels with football. He travels with hoops. He's there all the time. He's a diehard man. You know what? He may be a candidate for an honorary monogram down the road, and we'll have to work on it. Of course, it depends on how much he gives back to the school. That's how that usually works, right? He's awesome, though. He is a ringleader, and we love him.
Wes Troyer sent in a question on Twitter today. Coach, due to the lack of high quadrant wins, what do you think Notre Dame has to do to receive an at-large bid?
That's really hard to, it's just hard to say. I mean, Johnny's kept us in this one-at-a-time mode, and I love that he says that after every game, and that's the best way. But peeking ahead, I mean, it'd be great if we could finish this thing out and get the rest of them. There's no question the Florida State game next Wednesday is a huge game for us because it's quad one and numbers are high, and we lack that on the resume, and maybe one more down in Greensboro. And I would say if you got 2 more quad one wins, you're probably thoroughly in the discussion. That would be my bet.
We have another Twitter question from Michael Spahn. How confident are you and your team going up against some of the powerhouses in the ACC? Considering you've taken 2 of the top 3 teams in the league down to the wire already, I imagine you're pretty confident.
Duke put it on us and then some down there. But everybody else, Florida State on the road, Louisville here, Virginia, again, all ones I wish we had another shot at, but we didn't get them. So, and I think that's going to be interesting about the ACC tournament. It could be, there is nobody just rolling out there that you say is going to run to Saturday night. I think Saturday night's going to be a mystery who gets there, and I say, well, why not us? Last time we were in Greensboro, we got the trophy sitting in the locker room. We were able to advance. Now, we had the double bye that time and had to win 3 to get it. But, we've played well in the one thing we've done in this conference, we've played better in the ACC tournament than we've been we're 9-5 in the ACC tournament. Big East, it took us a while to get some momentum.
Couldn't get past Friday.
We could never get past Friday. We played in 2 finals in 7 years. We played in 2 championship games in only 7 years in the league. Clemson's pissed about that. There's people, upset about that. How the hell you just joined the league? And, so I like when we go to that setting. I think our guys will be really ready to go in Greensboro.
We still have a bunch more questions, but they all involve John Mooney.
You got to get him up here.
So we're going to get him up here. We're going to take another timeout, and we'll be joined by Captain John Mooney right after this timeout. The Mike Brey Radio Show, live from O'Rourke's Public House.
Hey, this is Lisa Stofan. Heard the Mark Patrick weight loss hypnosis hype? Well, I attended because my father stopped smoking with hypnosis. Hypnosis eliminated my desire for soda and fast food, made me want to exercise, and I lost 60 pounds in 6 months. My energy level exploded. I went to another session to deal with some other problem foods, and I lost another 10 pounds. In fact, I brought my husband. He lost weight. More important, cholesterol and blood pressure improved. My friend went, and she lost 20 pounds in the first 2 months. So does Mark Patrick hypnosis work? Oh yeah, it works. Nothing has changed my life more. Well, except maybe my husband. He's so proud of me. Makes me cry.
Well, ain't that something? What are you waiting for? Join Mark Patrick seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed for only $49.99. That's right, weight loss seminar Sunday, March 15th at the Hilton Garden Inn Hotel in South Bend. Time is 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Registration begins at 10:30 a.m. Stop smoking seminar starts at 2 p.m. Registration starts at 1:30. WeldStar, a privately owned family business. Old values, new ideas. Since 1936, WeldStar has supplied northern Indiana and just recently southwestern Michigan with welding machinery, welding supplies, gases, accessories, and safety equipment. WeldStar's highly trained professionals are committed to providing our customers with the best resources in the industry. WeldStar boasts complete transparency with no unannounced fees and no extra charges. WeldStar is the leading distributor of welding equipment and industrial and specialty gases. For more information, go to weldstar.com.
Golick and Wingo.
All eyes are on the NFL and the newest version of the CBA.
The First Take crew.
I would want it mandated that no player is allowed to play over 16 games.
Golick and Wingo, weekday mornings on 96.1 WSBT, the home of Notre Dame football, Notre Dame basketball, the South Bend Cubs, and the Indianapolis Colts. This is 96.1 WSBT.
Irish fans, only a few home games remain for the Notre Dame men's basketball team. Now through the end of February, they're celebrating their own double-double king, John Mooney, by letting fans double their order at no additional cost. That's right. When you buy one upper-level ticket to any of the remaining men's basketball home games, you get one free until February 29th. Take advantage of this offer while it lasts. Purchase your tickets now at und.com/buy tickets or by calling 833-ND-IRISH.
Welcome back to the Mike Brey Radio Show, presented by the experts at TireRack.com. Please welcome the only player in the ACC averaging a double-double, Captain John Mooney. John, thank you very much.
Of course. Happy to be here.
You would not sign up for this, but Alan Wazalewski has put together what he calls some Mooney superlatives. So I'm going to read some of them. This gentleman is the only Division I player averaging 16-plus points and 12-plus rebounds. Since 1995-96, only Tim Duncan and Blake Griffin have posted similar numbers from a major conference player. He's second in the nation with 12.7 rebounds per game, first among major conference players in the country. He's collected 700 rebounds over the past 2 years, which leads all major conference players, and is second in the NCAA. You can throw something at me if you want me to stop. Over the last 2 years, he leads all major conference players in rebounds per game at 11.9 and is the only player averaging double-figure rebounds over the past 2 seasons. Over the past 25 seasons, the only ACC players to post consecutive seasons with 20 or more double-doubles are John Mooney, Sheldon Williams, and another guy you might have heard of, Tim Duncan. I can go on and on and on. Suffice it to say, he may have. You were excited when John decided to come here. Has he developed even a little bit better than you thought?
He has. I knew we were getting a good prospect. But really what he's done the last 2 years, that consistency in double-doubles, it's really machine-like. And it's physically draining, but he's in great shape because he's worked. But, what he has is, and our seniors have this, but focus. He's really a focused guy. He handles his business like a man, and he's just more prepared night in and night out. And that, those numbers, we talked about TJ's number, these guys are having great senior years like they're supposed to. But, the run that he's on and what he's doing against the physical front lines in this league for 2 years is really staggering. And I hope everybody I certainly appreciate it. I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss these guys, but it's there every night.
John, you came here kind of as a stretch four, as a guy who shot threes and could go inside. Now you dominate in the paint. Is that what you saw for yourself when you got here as a freshman? Or if not, how did you develop into the player you've become?
Yeah, I think it's just kind of goes along with how coach and the coaching staff wanted us to play. Early in my career, I was playing with Bonzie Colson and Martin Gebbin, who kind of, ran the paint. I kind of floated around the arc a little more. But now with the different style of play we're playing now and different teammates that we have, coach has told me to do that, and I just try to maximize my role in as many ways as I can. So,
and I also think you kind of revel when people tell you can't do something.
Yeah,
would that be true?
Yeah, a little bit. I've always kind of had a chip on my shoulder, no matter what I do. So, definitely do that.
Lots of questions for you about him and TJ. TJ's here. First one's about both of you. From Beverly Polk from Orlando.
Neighbor. That's Johnny's neighbor.
I tell you what, they got here early, and they blocked out just like you do to get some of the best seats in the entire restaurant. So I know that they are serious about this. Coach, what do you see John Mooney and TJ Gibbs doing in 5 years?
I still think they'll be playing professional basketball somewhere. These guys are gifted young players. They've proven themselves in college. We want them here playing and winning for a while yet, but very soon, before you know it, they'll be getting prepared for the next phase, and they both will be able to make a living playing basketball. Where that is yet, we don't know, but I like the odds for both of them because they're warriors and they're going to compete and they're team guys and they know how to play.
Cody Ousley's here, as he always is, coming up from Bourbon, Indiana. Coach, you're so great at developing four-year guys. Is a guy like John Mooney someone you use for younger guys to show what you can become in 4 years?
Yeah, there's no question. We probably used – who did we use when we recruited you? We had
Rob Kurz.
Rob Kurz. Zach August was a good – Zach had that junior-senior year, where the light bulb really went on. And, to Johnny's credit, he mentioned he's playing behind Bonzie Colson, Martin Gebbin as a freshman and sophomore. Yet, unlike much of the college basketball culture, instead of transferring and I could start somewhere else, he hung in there with us. And it's been a great story. And we've had a lot of kids do that. But, Luke Herringody was a 4-year guy. But the junior year light bulb really clicking on, Gebbin, Zach August, Bonzie really as a junior, Johnny. We've had a number of them like that, that really it kicks in. So, yes, I've got a sheet. I've got, we bring kids on a visit that play similar to him. We'll have clipped off. I can go back to Troy Murphy, how he played in our system. Ryan Humphrey, how he played in our system, which is always kind of cool for a recruit because Hump could be recruiting him.
I mean, Russell Carter.
You just have a lot of – so you have footage through the years that you kind of show, and we feel guys get better here. That's a theme. We just feel guys get better here.
You were a big-time recruit. How hard was it for you to wait your turn? Because a lot of guys today just won't do it. I know that impacted your last recruiting class because guys looked at all the young talent and said, I'm not going there, and I'm not going to hang anybody out to dry. But you've had some guys leave here early that had they stayed the way things worked out, they would have gotten a lot of high-profile minutes, but they didn't have the patience. How hard was it for you to be patient?
I mean, to be honest, not very hard. I mean, I trusted Coach and his plan for me, and I kept the faith. Obviously, when you're playing behind Bonzie, an All-American, he's going to play. And, I was totally cool with that. And I think the great thing about my experience my first 2 years was I got a chance to learn from him. And the other seniors and juniors who were playing here, Matt, Steve, VJ, all those guys were great to learn from. And I think that's kind of how the program is here. You pay your dues a little bit the first year or two, and then you're kind of given the keys to the car and you run with it. And, TJ can attest to that. Rex and all the other seniors here too. We trusted Coach, and that's how it is here.
You and I have had some chats both on the air and more off the air, sometimes over a few cocktails, about your ending up here because it was a good fit. Mm-hmm. And you've had opportunities to go other places, but they weren't the same fit. Is it the same for a Notre Dame player in your program? Do they need to be a good fit?
Yeah, there's no question. I think our pool to pick from is going to be smaller than a lot of other institutions, given the whole package, and certainly the admissions part of it, which I look at it as a positive because I think it earmarks a really motivated young man. The guys that come here, we haven't tricked any of them into coming. I tell them, school's hard. It's really hard. We've got help for you. We've got Johnny's going to get his degree. Mendoza, TJ is going to graduate. We got 5 guys getting degrees in just a couple months, and 1 a graduate degree. 5 guys, and Rex an MBA. I mean that's really powerful when you think about it. So the guys we get, they understand why they're coming. They get it. And it's hard on the court. It's hard in the classroom, and it takes a special breed. And we've been fortunate over 20 years. We've been able to, hold on to our guys. We've lost a couple kids the last couple years, but overall, our retention rate has been pretty good.
You're going to get a degree in marketing from Mendoza. How important is that? And I've been around here for a little while, as you can tell. Running to guys like LaFonso Ellis, good example. Now he's on ESPN. It seems like an easy fit, but he played in the NBA for a long time. He doesn't have to work. He owned a Jamba Juice down here for a while. When he was done, he wanted something to do. Is that what you're thinking about? Not so much that you have to get the degree to be able to provide for yourself, but you want that degree so you'll be able to do more productive stuff whenever basketball ends.
No, that's definitely it. When I made the decision here, the key phrase was it's not a 4-year decision, it's a 40-year decision. And that's certainly something that I take pride in. I'm sure all my teammates can say the same. But yeah, it is really cool to look at some of the guys who have played here and see how, obviously they play and they do their career after they play here. But once the basketball stops bouncing, they obviously have opportunities. Look at a guy like Pat Connaughton, who's doing really well now, certainly in the league, but he's also doing some stuff with real estate and just being able to use the knowledge that we've learned here over 4 years, obviously at this prestigious university, is certainly something that I take pride in and look forward to using down the road.
More questions for John Mooney right after this timeout. The Mike Brey Radio Show, live from O'Rourke's Public House.
If you run a small business, you know the most valuable things are also the hardest to get. But the knowledge and experience of an independent insurance agent can help you determine the best coverage to protect those things that you can't afford to lose. And if your business is covered by a West Bend insurance policy, one bad break does not have to be the end, because the worst brings out our best. West Bend. Visit thesilverlining.com.
There are countless not very smart things you can do in your car. Painting your body green in support of Notre Dame basketball while driving. Painting your friend's body. Pretty much any kind of body painting while driving. But with TireRack.com, it's easy to be smart about your tires. Use our test results and consumer reviews to find the best tire for your car. Use our comparison tools to choose the right tires for you. Then have them shipped and installed fast. TireRack.com, official tire experts of Notre Dame basketball.
Join the gang at O'Rourke's Public House, located in Eddy Street Commons, directly across the street from the Notre Dame campus. With over 24 beers on draft and an extensive selection of menu items, they're sure you'll find something to your liking. Experience dining in one of the 5 different Irish-themed areas overlooking Notre Dame's beautiful campus. Whether you're catching up with an old friend, meeting or enjoying dinner with your family, O'Rourke's is the place to be. Visit them online at o'rourkespublichouse.com. Cheers to the Irish from O'Rourke's, the official home of the Mike Brey Radio Show.
Ashley is an athlete who is always focused on scoring the next goal. But when unexpected injuries happen, Ashley knows where to go. SB Ortho Now Walk-In Clinic, an orthopedic care clinic with same-day walk-in care for breaks, sprains, and sports injuries. Located in South Bend Orthopedics office at Douglas Road and 23 in South Bend. And open noon to 7 Monday through Thursday and noon to 5 on Fridays. No appointment needed means Ashley can be seen right away. Learn more at sborthonow.com.
It doesn't take a focus group to name a Papa John's pizza with 5 of our best meats. Just take a ginormous bite and blurt out the first thing you think of. Meats! With an S. Meats, plural. Used in a sentence, it would be like, holy cow, that's a lot of meats. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go enjoy the meats of my labor. Try large meats or works for just $12, only at Papa John's. Not valid with other discounts. Fees and taxes extra. Prices may vary.
Welcome back to the Mike Brey Radio Show, live from O'Rourke's Public House. And speaking of live, you can experience the action live with tickets from Vivid Seats, the official ticket marketplace of the Fighting Irish. Visit vividseats.com/UND today to buy and sell your tickets. Vivid Seats helps you see more and sit closer all season long at vividseats.com/UND. Diane Woltman is here from Mishawaka. How much has T-Row helped you with your strength and endurance for the season?
Oh, man, T-Row has been great. For me and all my teammates. He's hard on us, and he pushes us, and he has an individual plan for everyone to kind of get them right based off their body type, based off what they need. So I've been really blessed with that. I'd be remiss to say if I didn't mention I have a trainer back home, Jim Flanagan. I don't know if he's listening, but he's been really good for me too as well. Just pushing me and get my body right. He's a tremendous friend and mentor for me, so I have to shout out him as well too.
John Jamison's here from South Bend. John, I see your asterisk. You have not won. This is like forcing your way into a job interview. You've won tonight. We'll pick one other one after the show. John would like to know John, are your plans in basketball or following basketball?
Ooh, I would love to play after this year. Hopefully, make a Final Four run and then go from there. But after graduation, hope to play basketball for as long as I can. Certainly have a lot of interest in business, in the business world. Using the Notre Dame degree after basketball will certainly something I'll be looking forward to do.
Landon, also from South Bend. John, what's been your favorite venue to play in during your career?
Ooh, there's a lot. You know,
can say Purcell.
Yeah, Purcell. Hey, it's up there. It's been really good lately too. But you know, obviously the obvious answer is Duke, Carolina. But another one that we don't really talk about as much is Banker's Life. When we play Indiana or Purdue, that one it gets live in there, and it's basically a road atmosphere, especially when you're playing Indiana. So that's a good one as well.
He's undefeated in the Carrier Dome, I think.
That's a good one
good.
too.
That's
a really good one.
And that makes one particular bespectable coach very upset. Glenn Polk is here from Orlando. How happy are you, Coach? How happy are you that John Mooney decommitted from Florida?
No, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. Billy Donovan. Every time I see Billy Donovan, that was one of the great phone calls ever in August when his recruiting went differently. And you know, for John, you got to remember, when you commit early, you know, people don't watch anymore. But also, the summer before his senior year, Nike Team Florida, who he was playing with, disbanded. So he was committed, and he wasn't out on the circuit. So nobody, he was a top 100 player easily, but nobody knew about him because he's committed and he didn't play on the Nike circuit. And so he was this great mystery until we quickly researched it. I told the story when Billy called me and said, I want to talk to you about Johnny Mooney. I thought he wanted to like a grad assistant, a coach or something. I said, I don't know who Johnny Mooney is. He committed in 10th grade. He wasn't on our radar anymore. And so I asked Billy, this is not and Billy Don was a pretty good coach last time I checked. I said, Billy, do you think he'd be a good fit for us? He said, Mike, he'd be fabulous. I said, well, give me the dad's number. I'm offering him a scholarship right now. And I'd never seen him. I don't remember seeing him. We quickly watched some tape, though, and got him to visit.
How much did you know about Coach Brey when Coach Donovan said, I know someplace you should go? Did you know much about Coach Brey then?
Yeah, I mean, I was like, Mike Brey? Who's Mike Brey? Nah, I'm kidding.
True.
I mean, obviously.
I'm not expecting you to know a lot. I mean, you're a high school player. You can't know everybody.
No, I mean, I've always been a big college hoops fan. So,
okay.
I watched Notre Dame when I was playing, watched, Hansbrough, Abro, and Herangody, those guys all the time. So, I mean, I was familiar with the program. And to be honest, it was kind of a blessing in disguise. Obviously, I appreciate Coach Donovan and all that he's done. And obviously reaching out to Coach Brey after he left to go to the pros. This experience has been everything that I could have dreamed of, and can't say enough about the program and in my experience here.
How important was Coach Donovan's endorsement, though, saying, hey, I think this is the guy you need to play for? Did it make your decision easy?
It did. It definitely did. My dad and I kind of sat down and talked about maybe Notre Dame would be a good fit.
Yeah.
And then Coach Brey, or then Coach Donovan. My dad asked Coach Donovan if he thought the same, and he did, and the rest is history, I guess. So it worked out.
But, what's great in recruiting, when it's a two-way street early, there's no question we were going to have an interest in him once we figured out who he was and pulled him up on the radar again. But him and their dad looked and said, you know what? We'd fit good at Notre Dame. Yeah. The school, that's a good fit. Billy, could you call Mike? And the rest is history. And, that's where recruiting, we try and make it this science. And, man, it's just that you're living hour to hour. I may get a message when I get out of here. Some 7'1" guy from Nigeria wants to come. Come on over.
You've got an older brother, Brendan, who played basketball at Spring Hill College, your dad's alma mater, where he played golf. And I bring this up because last week TJ said that you are getting him on the golf course, but he's nowhere near as good as you. How good a golfer are you?
TJ's all over the place. But, I mean, I'm okay. Tell you who's a really good player is Dane Goodwin. Dane Goodwin can.
Yeah, he said Dane's getting you out there,
He's
too.
like around par. He's scratch. He's a really good player.
He's better than you?
Yeah, he's better than me. But, we get out, get competitive on the Burke or at the Warren, in between seasons. So it's a fun time for sure. We'll get TJ out and fix that swing of his a little bit.
All right, TJ, are they trying to play for money yet? Are they trying to play you for money yet on the course? Don't, because they're going to set you up. I can tell.
There's a great Troy Murphy golf story. I remember he used to tell me, him and David Graves could play golf. They would always play as soon as the football game kicked off because no one was on the course, and they would just play for 4 hours, just keep going around. Everyone was in the stadium. Said, no, we never go to football games, Coach. We play golf the whole fall.
We will be back to let John Mooney run the verbal fast break for the final time in his career right after this timeout. The Mike Brey Radio Show, live from O'Rourke's Public House.
Want to hear something amazing? Discover matches all the cash back you earn on your credit card at the end of your first year, automatically. dollar for dollar, with no limit on how much you can earn. Extra cash? Come on, how amazing is that? In fact, it's even more amazing when you realize all the places where Discover is accepted. Over 95% of places in the U.S. that take credit cards. So when it comes to Discover, get used to hearing yes more often. Learn more at discover.com/yes. 2019 Nielsen Report. Limitations apply.
The Sports Beat app is the online home for weekday sports beat and all the latest talk on Notre Dame football, basketball, and more. Download your Sports Beat app now at the App Store or Google Play Store. Notre Dame football spring practices start soon, and the Sports Beat app is the best way to listen and catch up on everything that's going on leading up to the April 18th Blue Gold football game. The Sports Beat app. Download it now at the App Store or Google Play Store.
96.1 WSBT is a proud partner with Notre Dame basketball coach Mike Brey on Coaches versus Cancer. Mike Brey has helped raise over $3.5 million for the American Cancer Society here in Michiana.
The hardest part about having cancer wasn't the physical pain or the mental pain for myself. It was telling my mom. I think about my siblings and my many, many nieces, and my goal is to make sure that this is cured before any of them have to go through what I went through.
With Mike Brey's support, his Coaches versus Cancer program has become one of the top 5 in the nation. To learn more on how you can help Mike Brey slam dunk cancer, visit cvccelebrationofhope.org.
Hi, this is Notre Dame men's basketball coach Mike Brey. Together, we're going to slam dunk cancer.
Coaches versus Cancer is proudly supported by Four Winds Casino and 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
You're in charge of hiring, and Indeed has solutions, like online skills tests, which let a candidate show that they're the right hire. And we'll give you this barbershop quartet who'll sing the name of the perfect hire.
Vince Lundy.
Vince Lundy.
Vince Lundy. Vince Lundy.
Okay, there's no quartet. But skills tests, that's a for sure.
See why independent research by Silk Road shows Indeed delivers 3 times more hires than any other job site. Visit Indeed.com/promo today and get a free sponsored job upgrade on your first posting. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
All right, it's time for John Mooney to go ahead and try to run his final fast break, which he will do exceptionally well. Who is your role model?
Definitely my parents. I actually have to say, because I know they're watching, thank you guys for all that you've done and for coming to all the games. I've been blessed with a huge support system. Like you said before, I have my neighbors, Glenn and Beverly Pohl, coming here from all the way from Orlando. Can't thank you guys enough for making the trip. But all my family, my grandma's been here. I know you're watching, so thank you as well. But my support system is great, so I can't thank you guys enough for everything.
One thing the public will be surprised to learn about you.
My answer's been golf a lot, but I've actually been working on some magic tricks with Cormac Ryan a little bit. So some card tricks.
Well, I got to see
this. Looks like internet stuff. We have a social media coordinator. We're going to have to let her get that on there. One thing you always hear from Coach Brey in practice.
Dane, you going to play some defense today?
Assistant coach who is most like Coach Brey.
Coach Blanas for sure.
Best nickname on the team and who has it?
Gibby. TJ Gibbs. It's a new one.
Best player to room with on the road?
My roommate right now is Robbie Carmody, so he's been really good.
Toughest Notre Dame player to guard?
Say Juwan. Go up against him every day pretty much. He's super long, athletic, and obviously has a really good touch around the rim. So,
best defender on the team?
Rex Pfluger.
Best leaper on the team?
Juwan.
Best dunker on the team?
Juwan.
Worst dunker on the team?
TJ Gibbs.
Lefty dunk.
Best dresser on the team?
I'll probably go Nick Jogo.
Worst dresser on the team?
TJ Gibbs.
Best singer on the team?
Cormac Ryan. He's got some freestyle raps in there.
Does he?
He's got it.
Worst singer on the team?
TJ Gibbs.
Best comedian on the team?
Go Elijah Morgan. He's funny.
Yeah.
He's got some stuff. Elijah and Prentice, when they're together, and TJ, all three of them they'll make you pee your pants.
All right, guy who thinks he's funny, but he's really not.
TJ gets.
Joined at the hip. Joined at the hip, these two.
All right, this is a good one because he's on his clean-shaven stretch right now.
Yeah,
Beard-growing competition. Who wins, you or Coach Brey?
I'm going to have to give that one. I'm
yeah,
going to have to go here.
That's
All right.
He's got it, though.
He's a real man.
He's got the touch of gray in him, too.
Yeah.
A little wisdom.
Well, we've been on a roll with the clean shave, so I'm gonna ride it to Boston. You know, you try anything, man, at this time, Jack.
John, it has been an honor to call your games. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
John Mooney, everybody.
Good
We'll
job,
be back
baby.
to wrap
Thanks,
things
Coach.
up right after this timeout.
There are countless not very smart things you can do in your car. Painting your body green in support of Notre Dame basketball while driving. Painting your friend's body. Pretty much any kind of body painting while driving. But with TireRack.com, it's easy to be smart about your tires. Use our test results and consumer reviews to find the best tire for your car. Use our comparison tools to choose the right tires for you. Then have them shipped and installed fast. TireRack.com, official tire experts of Notre Dame basketball.
There's no doubt education costs have become overwhelming and continue to spike. Unless you choose to earn while you learn as an apprentice with the electrical workers of Local 153. Instead of spending $20,000 a year, often leaving school with a debt, you'll earn an annual package worth over $70,000 while you earn your associate's degree and the skills to be an IBEW electrician. Contact the South Bend Electrical Apprentice Training Center at JATC153.com and compare. Huge costs with no guarantee of a job versus earning $280,000 and train for the future.
At St. Joseph Health System, every hand held, every story told, every tear shed, smile shared, and spirit lifted stays in our hearts forever. We're blessed because every day we get to make a difference in people's lives. To learn more, visit sjmed.com. St. Joseph Health System. We are called to care for you.
Fighting Irish fans, don't miss your chance to experience the action live with tickets from Vivid Seats, the official ticket marketplace of the Fighting Irish. Visit vividseats.com/UND today to buy and sell tickets to any event. Home games, on the road, even sold out games, no problem. And every transaction is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee. Vivid Seats lets you see more and sit closer all season long. Support the Fighting Irish with tickets from the official ticket marketplace, Vivid Seats. Available now at vividseats.com/UND.
Join the gang at O'Rourke's Public House, located in Eddy Street Commons, directly across the street from the Notre Dame campus. With over 24 beers on draft and an extensive selection of menu items, they're sure you'll find something to your liking. Experience dining in one of the 5 different Irish-themed areas overlooking Notre Dame's beautiful campus. Whether you're catching up with an old friend, meeting or enjoying dinner with your family, O'Rourke's is the place to be. Visit them online at o'rourkespublichouse.com. Cheers to the Irish from O'Rourke's, the official home of the Mike Brey Radio Show.
We are back on the Mike Brey Radio Show, and we've had such a fun time talking. We're kind of running out of time. So in 30 to 45 seconds, tell me the keys to going into BC and getting a little payback after they broke your 13-game winning streak.
Yeah, we do need to get them, and they're, they defended the heck out of us here. They're athletic, and they'll substitute and play small. Popovich didn't play against us here, and they were quick and guarded us. We turned it over and put ourselves in a hole. We couldn't dig out of it. So, we're going to have to be good with the ball. We got to run, get some easy buckets, get down the floor, and change defenses on them. And can we score on the road more like we've been scoring at home? We're going to need to do that in this and at Wake Forest. Wake Forest is, they play very well at home. They get it going at home. These are 2 tough games. I know everybody said, well, that Florida State game. I said, whoa. We got 2 really hard games here, but I like where we are physically, and I love where we are mentally right now.
All right, folks, our final Mike Brey Radio Show is not this coming Thursday, but a week from this coming Thursday. Rex Pfluger will be the guest, and we will be talking about the BC, Wake Forest, and Florida State games.
That's
right.
right.
We'll know a lot about what the future holds for this program. And as you can tell, these shows are always great to attend. So we thank you for coming out. We thank you for listening. We thank you for watching. We thank Coach for all the effort he puts into the show. We thank Muffet McGraw and the women's team for letting us piggyback off their night here tonight. Good night, everybody, and go Irish.
The Mike Brey Radio Show at O'Rourke's Public House was presented by the experts at TireRack.com and is brought to you by Coca-Cola, Under Armour, Gatorade, Canon, by Vivid Seats, St. Joseph Health System, South Bend Orthopedics, by West